Hello everyone and welcome. In today's episode, I plan to fly around with my MISC Fortune in Pyro, visit different outposts and maybe do some missions and try to make some money. So sit back, make sure you drink enough and enjoy. And right off the bat, I accepted a mission in Chowless Beach or something. It's an 8K aUEC mission where you have to scrap some panels, and here I'm just getting it, rotating it, and preparing it for salvage. And somehow the Fortune just tips forward when you have the VTOL enabled. I'm not sure why, but it was a very quick thing. And I made an astonishing 0.1 recycled composite material. Then I found some other ships, but they all were shielded and I had no weapon to break in and open it. So I saw there is a little shop and I tried to get a gun. Sadly, I couldn't find a gun, but I found Gatling guns. The next step was to fight the buggy elevators in the outpost. I found some weird bird that I couldn't tractor, and somehow I could defeat the bugs with some weird clipping and got my Gatling guns out and ready for my Fortune. So I quickly snapped them onto the Fortune on the right side and on the left side as well. The snapping sometimes is a little weird, you just have to rotate them until you get it right, but at some point they light up green and you can snap them. And the same thing goes for the Bulldog repeaters. I didn't want to waste them, so I put them back in my little cargo hold. And after all that salvage, I got an astonishing 1 SU of recycled composite material. I also realized that I have a cinch scraper module on, which is not ideal. Then I found an Andromeda or just a Constellation series ship, but I couldn't enter it. So my friend arrived with his Vulture and we decided to open the top hatch. And that's where the Gatling guns came in play. After a smooth landing, I climbed on top of his Vulture and he tried to lift me up slowly and carefully. Somehow my equipment really nicely matches the Vulture itself and it worked. The Vulture also seems like a forklift, so it's an ideal use case for the Vulture. I turned off the shields, opened the ports, and now we could get going. Then I saw the gigantic size 5 attrition repeaters that I could get off, so I grabbed all 4 of them that were available and stacked them in a nice little pile so we can take them with us later on. And we got scraping again. But suddenly there was a little pop-up. There was this red guy on top of us killing the Drake Cutlass that we saw earlier. I wasn't sure if he would attack us, but then the shots came flying. And I was totally forgetting what ship I'm using and just decided to attack. I hoped that I could get behind them, but I exploded in an instant. And that's how I lost my 1 SU of recycled composite material. So there's no other way to just claim your ship and plot my revenge. But then I decided to go out again. So I grabbed my Vulture and flew again to Pyro 5. And not only that, I also flew to the exact same place. Chowless Beach, whatever. But look at this. So I took another 8K mission and instantly scraped a little panel and got 0.0 RMC. But I had the second mission aligned, so I quickly flew over to the next outpost, enjoyed the nice views and beaches of Pyro, and promptly arrived at my place. I saw the Polaris in the background and I was really hoping that it was abandoned, but then the shadow flew over me. So I continued scraping and suddenly there was a missile lock on me. As I turned upward to see what's happening, I saw the Polaris and it promptly fired some gigantic size 10 missiles missiles on me. But I knew from my racing training with my little vulture so close to the ground that I could evade the missiles, but I crashed because the vulture is really drifty when you do sharp turns. But after the first missile that I survived, 5 or 6 more came out. Yeah, that's a 6. So 6 missiles flew after me. I wasn't hit by anything because I kept weaving around and just close to the ground, and the missiles probably couldn't turn. But then I stupidly flew into the water and I exploded. But this time it was my fault. And that's how I didn't make any RMC in a day. Please like, share, subscribe, and see you next time.